Mm. Hi, family. Welcome to the House of Victory Daily Devotion. I'm led by Pastor Lewis J. Keys. I am Dr. Lauren Russell Smith, one of the elders at the House of Victory. I am so excited you are here. Thank you, whether you're present with us on real time live or if you're watching the replay. We appreciate your time. You can be anywhere else, but you decide to hang out with us. So we are excited that you are here. Today we're going to talk about fear of the unknown. Oh my goodness. Fear of the unknown. We're going to come from Jeremiah 29:11, and we're going to do the NIV version. Again, it's Jeremiah 29:11, New NIV version. Okay. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Now we're going to reread it and we're going to put your name there, okay? Because when you read scripture, you have to make it known to you and insert your name. So, for I know the plans for you, House of Victory family, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm the House of Victory, plans to give you hope and a future. Have you ever driven in the fog? Like I know sometimes if you drive down like country roads, sometimes especially during the field, it can be foggy, right? And there's guidelines, right? You can't have your high beam lights on. You have to have your low beam lights. You may be able to see the lines in the road. You may not. Sometimes you don't even know how far the car in front of you is, or if there even is a car in front of you. And you only can see literally a few feet ahead. You don't know what's going around the corner, and you're just literally taking your time and trusting God because you don't know what's about to happen or how thick the fog is. Is it in a specific area? Are you going to drive miles in this fog? And God sees the entire road, however, right? He knows the destination. And even when we can't see what's next, God does. Trust that his plans are good even in the unknown. Now, this is hard, okay? Because listen, some of us, we just not know go with the flow type of person. We need to know where we going, what time we going, how we gonna get there, what time we gonna get there. Are we gonna stop to eat before we get there? Do I need to bring snacks with me? Do we have enough gas in the car to get there? And this is the part where our faith with God and us trusting that he knows what's best for us. I want you guys today to identify one area in your life where you feel uncertain about the future. Like you just like, I don't know. Surrender it to God in prayer today. Not tomorrow, not the day after next, but today. Choose to trust that he has a plan even when you can't see it. Whenever you feel the fear creeping in, remind yourself that God sees the entire road ahead. He sees what he has for you. And I know it's scary. Listen, because I be like, listen, I need to know where we're going. Okay. I'm just, and I'm not going to be quiet the whole time. But one thing for God, we have to know that God's plan for us is to prosper us and not to harm us. Even though sometimes I be feeling like this hurt a little bit. You said not to harm me, but this hurt, but it's to give us the hope and future. And a lot of times when we totally surrender to God, because a lot of times we make the mistakes, we give it to God and then we're going to take a piece back. Or, Lord, I give this to you, but let me try to fix this right here. Or, okay, I thought I gave it to you, but I really didn't. And we have to trust God's plan. We have to trust that he knows what's best for us. And then not only that, we have to learn how to live a life where we're relinquishing control. Don't be that person where God has to humble you and God has to prune you. And God has to take away your selfish ambition and your selfish um ways, you know, for you to get to the point where you're like, okay, God, I give it to you. I don't know why some of us do that. Y'all not like that because y'all super saved, but I'm talking about me. So there's some moments in my life where I really, because the older you get, sometimes that blind faith isn't, it's almost like we don't have that purity anymore. The older, the more life happens, the more heartbreak we have, the more times, we have these interhuman interactions. It taints us, it affects us in a way, whether we want to be realized, like life seasons, it affects who we are, it affects, our fear sometimes. And sometimes, we have more fear than we did younger. Remember, we first got saved, whatever God told you to do, you was like, yeah, let's go, we're gonna do it, everything's gonna be wonderful. But sometimes life happens, and one thing I've learned about God is that He can do far more with my life than what I can do. When we relinquish control and we allow God to be God, and we be man. And that's my prayer sometimes. Lord, you be God and I be man. You be God and I be man. I don't know how we going to get here, but we need to get here. And that radical faith of knowing, I don't know where we going, I don't know what it looks like, but guess what? It's definitely going to be up here from now, because it can't go no lower than this. We can't go any further than where we are now. It is not humanly possible, God, for anything else to go down in my life the way it is going down, because I feel like it is a movie right now. But to have that faith to know, God, I trust you anyhow. I believe you anyhow. I trust that you know what's best for me anyhow, because God does not waste pain. He does not waste life experiences. So, whatever this is, I needed to learn this lesson so I can help pull somebody else out. I needed to understand this like this so I can help encourage someone else today. So, hear me, my brothers and sisters. Listen, we are going to walk this day understanding that we have fear and we don't know where we're going. But guess what? We know God, He has plans to prosper us and not to harm us, to give me hope in a future. And I understand that nothing is too hard for God. Nothing is too hard for God. And family, remember, whatever you need, it's in the house.